welcome to CAS AL 114, Creativity and Entrepreneurship. I'm going to provide an overview of class in this video, including a discussion of where you'll find all of our course materials, what you'll participate in during the semester, and why I think this work is important. I'll also introduce our first major assignment, Creativity Quest 1. If you haven't already looked closely and carefully at the class syllabus, I'd encourage you to pause this video and do so now. The syllabus provides the big picture perspective of class, our complete course schedule, and an overview of all of our major assignments. I'm Danielle Nicole DeVoss. I teach undergraduate and graduate classes in MSU's Public and Professional Writing undergrad program and our Rhetoric and Writing graduate program. I've taught for NYU and for the University of Louisville. I've taken part in the development of the entrepreneurial ecosystem at MSU for the past few years, especially initiatives in my college, the College of Arts and Letters. And I'm also a core faculty member in the minor in entrepreneurship and innovation. My research in the last few books I've written focus on two key areas. First, digital writing and media production, and second, intellectual property issues in digital space. One of my most recent books has to do with typography and the ways in which font faces do rhetorical work. For instance, which version of this resume do you feel is more appropriate, professional, and formal? I'm not totally dismissing the friendly, childish font face that is Comic Sans. It does serve a purpose and was originally created to be the voice of Microsoft Bob, a helper app in Windows 1995. Bob originally spoke in Times New Roman, which isn't really a font face we'd associate with a friendly, helpful dog. Comic Sans, however, is. I used to run the Creativity Exploratory in the College of Arts and Letters, which was a creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship lab. We had brainstorming rooms and tools, a media lab, a maker space where I had a laser cutter, plotter printer, 3D printers, digital sewing machine, and more. We regularly brought in speakers and held workshops on a range of topics, including audio production, food, culture and creativity, and things like transitioning content from PDFs and full screen reading to tablet and phone-based apps. That's a bit about me. I hope we get to know each other better this semester. Most college classes on creativity have to do with studying and analyzing creativity, often from a cognitive or psychological perspective. This is not a class about the science of creativity. In this class, we're going to be exploring creativity specifically from entrepreneurial perspectives. So this class isn't about creativity for creativity's sake either. Instead, we're going to be creative for specific entrepreneurial and intrapreneurial purposes. In this class, we're going to situate creativity, explore creativity in the context of entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurial mindset, and address issues related to creative context, creative processes, creative problem solving, and more. We'll explore the habits, attitudes, behaviors, and actions of innovative thinkers, the work of successful entrepreneurs, and situate creativity by focusing on things like inquiry, observation, experimentation, and brainstorming. The overall goals of the course are to equip you with creativity tools, especially for application in entrepreneurial contexts. Throughout the course, I'm going to emphasize communication. You can have the most creative, innovative entrepreneurial idea in the world, but if you can't effectively communicate it to others using appropriate means and media and materials, that good idea is going nowhere. I think creativity and communication go hand in hand, so along with the creativity and innovation tools you'll leave class with, you should leave with enhanced abilities to communicate your ideas in different media, with words, with images, with sound, with video. You will need to have an open mind and a willingness to play, explore, and create for class this semester. All of our class materials are linked from D2L. When you head to D2L, you should now see CAS AL 114 on your list of courses. If you don't, email me right away. In the content area of the class, the first folder you're going to find includes our class syllabus, assignments, and drop boxes. The syllabus provides an overview of the class, including our schedule and details about grades. The assignment subfolders will include the full details of each assignment and usually some examples and resources. You'll see the Creativity Quest 1 assignment is posted. I'll talk more about that in a bit. Next in content, you should see a Packback Overview and Links folder. In it, you'll find a link to Packback and a link to Packback's community guidelines. We'll be using Packback for class discussion this semester, and I talk a bit about that and how it's going to be graded in the Packback Overview video in that folder. I'd suggest you watch that next after this video, then set up your Packback account if you haven't already. After these two folders in the content area are the folders for each week of class, and each folder is going to be set up somewhat the same way. First, and that's not here yet because I'm recording it right now, there will be an overview video that offers an overview of the week, and you can watch it on YouTube, view it through D2L as an MP4, or read the text-only transcript. Then each week, you'll find the week's creativity readings, creativity cases, and a creativity spark or two. The focus of our second week of class is what is creativity? And if we look into this week 2 folder on D2L, you'll see we're going to first read a piece by an innovation consultancy where the author presents a brief overview of creativity, innovation, and some important creativity considerations. Our second reading for week 2 is a report based on a survey that IDEO conducted, asking people how businesses need to pivot due to COVID and for creating more sustainable futures. Skim the report, it's about 40 pages long, and read chunks that most interest you. You don't have to read the entire thing in depth. Next, for the week 2 creativity case, you'll choose at least one TED Talk to watch from a list of 25 TED Talks for creative entrepreneurs. And finally, there's a creativity spark for you to check out. And I encourage you to watch the YouTube video, but also read the description on YouTube to find out more about what inspired the piece. I want to provide an overview of our first Creativity Quest major assignment and share some example work with you. Again, the full assignment is available linked from D2L in the syllabus, assignments, and Dropboxes folder. Please look it over carefully before you get started. For this first Creativity Quest, you're going to create a web page. On that web page, you'll include a photo of yourself and a brief biography statement. Then you'll offer a definition of creativity, a definition of entrepreneurship, and one example that you think illustrates the importance of creativity in entrepreneurship. Plan to spend some time this week exploring the assignment, which includes an overview, requirements, some tech considerations, an important note about whether you want to include your full name or not. And then if you head to the examples page in the assignment, there's 4 example student projects that I think were particularly well done. To provide a bit more detail on the assignment, in the past, in defining creativity, students have chosen great quotes and definitions, including one from Linda Nyman, where she defines creativity as the act of turning new and imaginative ideas into reality. She argues, creativity involves 2 processes, thinking and producing. Innovation is the production or implementation of an idea. If you have an idea but you don't act on it, you're imaginative but not creative. Or from people like Albert Einstein, who said that creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. One of my favorite quotes about creativity comes from Maya Angelou, a writer and past American poet laureate, who said, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." Again, I provided links to examples on the assignment website, which show how students created their pages using a range of templates, design resources, and inspiration. And all 4 examples are excellent examples of great content. 3 things to keep in mind as you get started on Creativity Quest 1 is, first, don't just copy and paste quotes and examples. I do want to see you connect to and draw from class readings and materials, but be sure to integrate your examples, explain the quotes you include, and offer your own perspective. And again, those 4 sample student projects show how to do that really well. I know some of you maybe haven't created a web page before, and that's okay. This class is a place to play, explore, and experiment. There's some suggestions for getting started and some tech tools you might use on the Creativity Quest 1 assignment website link from D2L. And please email me at any time if you have any questions about this assignment. The link to your webpage is due uploaded to D2L by noon on Saturday, February 13th. And I'll send along reminders between now and then. I have one really important piece of advice. It's mentioned on the syllabus. I mentioned it on email last week, and that is protecting time in your schedule for this class. I would honestly suggest that you treat this class like a face-to-face class. That is, mark off time in your planner. Protect that time every week for class. For instance, in my planner, I've crossed off 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, and then 8 a.m. to noon on Sundays to work on this class. You may not need that much time, but the key thing is to identify time and protect it every week. Devote that time to working on class readings, watching class videos, and working on class assignments. I'll be keeping in touch regularly on email, by video, by D2L. You can always email or text me anytime you have any questions at all about class. Welcome to Creativity and Entrepreneurship.